morning. We're in another state. This is sick. You know where we are. I was gonna tell you where we are, but I'm just gonna show you that. Rick and Morty. That's so funny because me and G were talking about that the other night. S15. I don't know if that's a BLO up there. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if this is a BLO. It's a nice color. Evo. I don't know if this is... I don't know if it's a BLO or not. But anyway, this is sick. Carbon lip. But anyway, we're up here now. Gonna check up on the car. See what's going on. And I will explain exactly what the plan is moving forward. I should be getting back this year in terms of like the end of the year. We're pretty much just waiting on some machine work. A lot of you guys obviously don't know what I'm... Actually, nobody knows what I'm doing, minus the select few people. But I will show you what I'm gonna show you and take from it what you will. But I'm excited. We're in the closing stages. Once I get it back, I want to talk about it because I hate talking about stuff in theory. Obviously, everything's paid for and stuff like that. But in terms of final goal and vision, it kind of changed along the way. It went from like one thing to another. And then from this to that, and me and Andy flipped a coin, and now I have a house, so it's like, it's kind of fun. So waiting for Tommy, he's just finishing up a phone call, and then we'll get inside. Just spoke about some super good stuff, like super good stuff. Stuff I can't talk about just yet, but a lot of things are falling into place. A lot of big things are falling into place, so I'm not gonna record anybody else's car here, just because I don't wanna do anything, but here we are. Here she is. So if you guys are familiar with Tommy's shop and stuff like that, was this redone? I don't know if he did that yet. Actually, did he? I don't know. I don't know if this was painted or not. I told him to. No, I don't think so. No, it's not painted yet. So, bay's done. Everything is where it needs to be. We're kind of tucking everything in as we speak. Under tray is done. All that stuff is done. If you guys know what Tommy does as a whole, you can know kind of what's going down. I'm not giving specifics away yet. My motor, we'll just say, we'll be back very soon. I was just talking to Tommy that it should be relatively any day, honestly. If I'm being completely honest, it should be any day. I'm not getting excited to say X day, Y day, or whatever, just because I don't know. You have to understand, just when you're doing stuff like this to this car, it's not fucking overnight. First of all, these cars, first of all, machine work as a whole, if you're not at the forefront of the operation, takes a lot of time. It takes like 2-3 weeks. On top of just all of this fucking shit in terms of like him running the shop, him going through what he's going through, and just, man, I missed that fucking plate. Look at that plate. But I just wanted to give you guys a once over. Super dusty. Still as blue as fucking ever. You know what's crazy? It looks so good on fucking camera, but it's just like not. It's just shop dust, and everything's going as planned. Because here's the thing: a lot of people are like concerned about my build and when am I getting it back, and and first of all, it's my fucking car, so you guys can entirely fuck off. I don't give two shits about that. But oh, that's so cool. Look at this. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody seems to be fucking on edge about when I'm getting my car back and when's this happen, when's that happen, and nobody's paying this bill but me, so like I don't understand what the fucking hassle's about. There's some of the stuff here that I don't know if it's mine.
It's not.
Josh said it's not.
Your stuff's over there.
Oh, my stuff's over here. Let's go look at my stuff.
Remember your lug nuts?
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to tell about.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Your name, so.
There we go. Look, they got Yanni right there. Code Yanni to the moon. So this is all my shit over here. That's a cool color.
Yeah, that was on a car in that prep bay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and these are the Bravos?
Those are 34.
Oh, it's fucking sick, guys. So
They need to be refinished, that's why they're...
yeah, they're just so we're still very... So here's the thing. I'm just repeating myself over and over again. It's just long story short, but Josh and the guys are all updating me here when I have questions. A lot of people think I'm just like talking to them every week. Like, is my car done? It's not the case. Like, Josh is fucking working on 4 cars at once, doing what he can do, and just like, yeah, I'm like, we're not, like, everybody seems to be so concerned about where the fuck my car is, and you guys literally don't have a say. Car's moving. I'll be back up here in a week, not for the car, just because of what me and Tommy spoke about. So let's just say we're going to be seeing a lot more of this shop moving forward. And I'm just super excited because I couldn't think of a better guys to group up with to work on my car. And I truly mean that. With all the fucking bullshit going on, I don't care how it sounds and how weak-minded you fucking guys are. It's just, there's a reason why I brought my car here and I'm working with the people I'm working with. So
honestly, what do you think? I mean, like, assembly-wise, like, versus before.
I mean, it's fucking awesome.
Before, it was just black.
It was just bone stock, and I was even looking at, like, look, the car is, like, hella dusty, but you can even see from the one spot that I wiped, like, I don't even know what do you guys use to even do, well, if you're allowed to say, the paint and stuff like that, because he was saying, like, we can get, like, crazy spot-on paint, and that's, like, fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we have our guy. He blends.
That's crazy.
He'll do several spray outs, and it's hard because, you know, like this car, for example, is great. Like Larry's and others, and even the one in the bay.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot match that just off of the code. It's never right. It's always case sensitive. It's always case specific. You just have to do a shit ton of spray outs and go in different lighting and back and forth, and whatever works, it just has to blend. You know.
And that's just super crazy because there's a lot of, this is a dark blue pearl by definition and tag. So like to get the pearl in it, to actually blend it properly, it's not just like a white or a black or this or that. So it's a lot harder. And even the H3 I think is a pearl as well. So it's super hard to do that right out of the gate and stuff like that. And I remember when I first brought my car to Tommy, just as a regular human being, I was skeptical in terms of like can you actually blend a fucking dark blue pearl? And he was like, yeah, he's like, my guy here has the meter that Josh was just talking about, and we know how to do it, this, and that. And I was like, all right, well, I was like, I'm paying for that part up until the bay. So I was like, do it, send me pictures, let me know what's going on. Did it, and I mean, it's just fucking, it literally looks like my car when it's clean. So it's just fucking crazy. And then the color scheme, I'm not going to tell you guys just yet in terms of the motor and stuff like that. And obviously the zinc, the gold-plated zinc and stuff like that that's the color. But I'm not going to tell you guys the color scheme just yet, but I'm just...
The black and the subtlety, as long as it's clean, to me, blends better with the blue than like loud shit. Because like we did that other car, which was sick, but it was silver. You remember the other one?
Yeah.
And even that was a different color, even though it's the same paint color.
So that's another thing too. When you're working with builders, trust your builders. And I can't stress that enough, only because when I was going over the aesthetics and the amenities and asking Tommy like, hey, like, what do you think looks good? Like, I picked the valve cover color, which again I'm not gonna say, but then I asked Tommy to ask the guys in the shop like what aesthetically would just like promote the vision I'm trying to do in terms of like how do I want to execute it, X, Y, and Z. So I'm literally trusting them in terms of like whatever you think looks good, that's what I want done to the car. I know the base of which like I know the bulk of the idea and what color I want done, but in terms of where it's executed and X, Y, Z and this and that, I'm trusting them with that because, again, total picture, total vision, they can put together better than I can because just the car's right in front of them. So we just came up here to do that. I'm trying to think if there's anything in here that I need. I have a Bible in there. I don't think I need anything. Damn, I miss this car, man. Is it open? I really fucking miss this car. Damn. Like, I miss this car so much. But... the same smell. Look at my rig. That's so cool. I miss this car so much. But we're gonna get back home. I didn't want to come up too late or too early. Well, I'm sorry, I came up earlier rather than later because I don't want to get stuck in traffic. I have a busy ass day ahead of me. So we're gonna get home, head to the gym, wrap this up, and more to come at the end of the week because I have a lot to discuss with you guys. Isn't going on? What is up? It is, I think it's a week later since Florida. I gotta catch you guys up. We've had those podcast mics for a hot second. Andy helped me the other day set them up, and I'm not gonna say like yesterday or this day or that day because I don't even know when the fuck the last time I updated you guys was. New announcement. We were officially sponsored by sister company, or if that's the brother, the sister company is Raw Nutrition, but Revive, which is not to some. Oh, we got the new shit here. You know what I'm mad about? Well, by the way, Scott, I'm feeling this. You thought I was feeling you? No, just kidding. That's funny. And I got the new stuff, the new launches. I'm not gonna show you guys that because that's honestly not the point of the video. So GTR is very, very close. Andy, leave your water here again. I'm gonna fuck you up. GTR is very close to being done. That was about a week ago that we went up there to Tommy. Discussed a lot of other stuff minus the GTR. Actually, the GTR wasn't even the main reason why I went up there, and I can't talk about that just yet. And it might be like in a video or two that I can talk about it because it is about a couple days after since I went to see the GTR. So put a stent in that. Talk about that another time. Eric, last clip with the close. Super, super important meeting with Jimmy, Eric, and Matt, I believe his name was, involving Project X. So, again, nameless project, has a name, just can't tell you guys yet. It's going to be full circle. I'm super excited to now have Eric in my corner. Jimmy's always been in my corner, but just to have him induced into it that much more, give him more of the total picture. That way he knows what I'm working towards / what he could potentially be a part of. The excitement and what he could bring to the table. It's an honor to say the least that now he can be a part of the vision wherever and whenever I need him. It's good quality friendships that I'm trying to build off of on top of everyone else involved with the brand as well, which will come full circle as videos come around. And then Eric was a newly found, now I consider him a friend, almost like apprentice relationship, a little older than me. I think about a decade-ish, around there, older than me. Super long story short, was a personal trainer. And I'm not saying super long story short like it doesn't matter, but for the sake of the clip, because this is just going to be a big-ass update video, but was a very, very, very successful trainer, actually at Lifetime. But because of the way they pay out at Lifetime, it's kind of, like being an independent contractor and not actually being a trainer under your own terms. You can only get a certain cut, as with any job or any service that said host provides. You're never going to see 100% of it just because you got to pay to the pot or the house. But knowing that he could bring more to the table, got out of his way, went to school. I want to say it was for bio and kinesiology. I don't want to don't take that to heart. I'm going to put his name right here, or actually I'll put his Instagram in the bio. I'm going to jab and muster up what he actually did in school and stuff like that, but anything you want to learn and from him in terms of what he actually did, his story and this and that and the whole nine, feel free to ask him. I'm sure I'm not talking out of character, out of pocket when I say that, because his story does need to be spread. Going back to the story, went back to his own route, became a full independent trainer. No ties, no this, no that, out of West Philly, helping kids who are less fortunate. And by less fortunate, because a lot of people are they just don't have what we have. And by we, meaning around here, just in Westchester County and stuff like that, or I don't know where you're watching from. But Eric trains out of West Philly, and these guys are literally, kids are getting, as soon as they're of age, they're about to get locked up because of what they've done. One of the kids murdered his father. It's crazy, crazy stuff. So the gym to them is actually much more deeper than we actually acknowledge. Where a lot of people, I'm not taking anything from anybody when I'm saying this, but when we go to the gym around here, we're I'm fighting my demons. These motherfuckers are actually fighting for their lives out in West Philly, where Eric is doing it just for, and what I mean less fortunate, I mean bottom of the barrel. So Eric has one of the kindest hearts I've ever just witnessed, experienced, and felt in a 2-3 hour window, because we weren't with each other all day. Touching and hearing his story on a metaphoric sense, it opened my eyes to that much more. A lot was exchanged. Super long story short, I might even get Eric on the podcast. I'm looking at these mics right now. I might even get Eric on the podcast because his story has to be heard / seen. And being a content creator at the core, first and foremost over everything else in life right now, I want to get that message out. So, needless to say, end of that discussion / story. That's not the last time we're seeing Eric or working with him or hearing from him. Same thing goes for Jimmy. Moving on now to Matt. Didn't allow much recording for the sake of the video. I just wanted to show you guys that, like, hey, we were there, which was just screen printing, which cryptically you guys can kind of know where Project X is heading and who's getting involved, and like that's what I'm trying to bring into these videos and stuff like that, trying to give you as much as I'm allowed to without giving too much away, kind of keeping momentum and keeping it exciting and stuff like that. So super long story with that as well is Matt by trade is quite literally a screen printer, and like hearing his story and shit like that, just everything that happened with the hurricane, and his shit ended up going underground and flooded, and now he's on to bigger and better, quite literally spending triple more what he's spending on a day-to-day basis just to stay operational. And hearing his story is just like monumental in his business and in his industry. And if you guys can catch the lingo in terms of like the videos and stuff like that I'm putting out, you can kind of understand that the people that I am working with, it's not just somebody who offers a service, right? Because anybody can print screen print material or shirts or whatever. Anybody can do what Eric does. Anybody can do, well, Eric is a special view. Anybody can do what Jimmy does. Anybody can do what I do, right? Content beyond the creator. That's what, like, this whole creating the team and the army for this project that I'm creating, it's much more than just like what's here, which is why, like, when I'm through the camera, I'm trying to give like a no bullshit. And Jimmy just fucking DM'd me. What did he say? Cinnamon what? I put up my fucking... He thinks that's cinnamon. That's just honey nut oat. Honey oat. No? Honey nut. God damn it, Jimmy. Anyway. Much more beyond just the actual physical projects created. Who are you as a person? Who are you as an individual? Does the message go beyond you? Are you able to, like, when the camera's not on, still act the same way, still have the same heart, and not just do it for an artificial like or review? For anybody who feels me and knows me, and like the very few of you that are, it's why like I don't have to ask for you, ask anything of you. It's like I know you guys are putting the best me, the best version of me, because I'm just trying to give you the best version of myself. And the best version of myself is just a real version of myself. It's authentic. It's not bullshit. I'm not going to tell you guys what you want to hear. If I'm having a shit day, I'm having a shit day. If I don't want to record, I just don't want to record. That's the side that I'm pushing out. And without dwelling too much onto that story, that Matt made me feel more at home. I learned more about Matt than his actual trade, as an individual, than his actual trade. Done deal. That's what I'm using moving forward when I'm allowed to. And now moving forward with Revive, this is now my personal best development and newly found stuff. And this is actually what's going to close the clip out. It might be a super fast video or it's going to be a longer talking video, but I don't know in terms of like content and stuff like that, but this is just an update. So Revive is going from where I haven't even said like thank you to Dom and Chris publicly. I've said it on Instagram. I'm going to say it here. Dom, Chris, Matt, the whole Raw Nutrition and Revive team. Thank you. Like to the highest extent, I was blown away. The first thing Dom and Chris said was, forget about Raw and Revive. We're here to build you guys. And like, to wrap your head around that for a second, because I don't want to just like say that and move on to the next sentence or next thought. These are guys that are literally, right, they sponsored us as athletes. They're flying us out there for their brand because we're doing so well, promoting this, that, the whole nine, just how sponsorships work. And then the first thing they say when we get out there, when we all sit down as a family and as a team, is we don't want you guys putting Raw and Revive at the forefront of your lives. Which is almost a double standard because, and I say that because listen to what I'm about to say, is they know just as individuals, once we build ourselves, and again, nothing wrong with what I'm about to say, it's like why I honor, commend them, and why I'm backing them 150% of the way. They know just as the world works and as the world goes round, as you build yourself up authentically and who you are and as you are as an individual, quite literally the brands you wear, promote, support in the gym, whatever, talk to your friends about, if you're like a real ass motherfucker and like you're really about your shit and talking your walk, they're going to be like, all right, well, let me just support Johnny. Let me support Dom. Let me support Chris. Let me support whatever. Because it's like, I'm not just doing it for a sale. I'm not just doing it for this. I'm not just like, sure, right? Is there monetary gain? Yeah, but like, it's not to dim down the, like, since when was, here's another thing what's going on in the industry is like, getting your money and doing what you got to do to make money. There's nothing wrong with that. I never, like, right, even with Reels and Instagram and all the corny shit, a lot of the times I say it's a race to the bottom of the barrel, but that's because there's no authenticity. Like, you're doing it, again, here's the gray area with that, because you can be, like, if that's really you, like the funny shit, the corny shit, like the high-pitched voice and the funny reels and the algorithms and all that, like, if that's just you, if you're such a savvy person, I'm going to sell out to whatever I want, by all means, like, do you, sis, but, like, for people who are just, like, they want to get ahead on social media, but, like, I don't know how to do it without necessarily like selling out to the algorithms, like this is the sound I'm supposed to use, this is the message I'm supposed to preach, and it's just, and look, it to do it honestly, you got to be persistent, you got to be able to do just enough to get in the realm of that like area of social world, but like not so much where like you sell out and like you have to do something you don't want to do, right? The whole do it for the gram shit is bullshit. Be careful how you're doing it, and again, if that's totally you, like if you like that funny shit and all that, like by all means do it. But going back to what Dom and Chris were saying now is that it's just for someone to go out there and be like, we don't care about the brand, build yourself. You never hear that from a company. You never hear that from your job. You never hear that from your boss. You never hear that from, you might hear from your mom and dad. I mean, and even if that, but Revive now for me is the next step. At being a natural bodybuilder is going to change everything. I'm on the younger end of the spectrum, meaning that my biggest question to Dom was, how can I push this without necessarily needing it, right? Because as younger athletes, you're just like, like, I'm unstoppable, just give me another scoop of pre and we're fine. And it's almost like preventative maintenance. That's the way I explained it to Dom. Like, I understand why I should use that stuff. Where I have to bridge the gap between you guys and even the generation below me is like, not necessarily why omegas are important or this or that, right? Because you take that stuff when it's too late. You take that stuff when it's on route to get to the doctor and be like, you're low on iron, you're low on this, you're low on that. Take vitamin D, take magnesium, take turmeric, like take whatever, right? Whatever you're deficient in, take that. And then that's when we start taking it. But Dom gave me a great analogy where like, and I have a couple cars, but the Jeep, right? The Jeep, I don't change the oil till it's like damn near like 2,000-3,000 miles over. The GTR, I'll change the oil prematurely. 2,800 miles on the dot. And I drive that thing, well, now I'm not driving it, but when I was driving it, not a lot. But, like, again, the GTR, I'm holding it to a higher degree and a higher standard. I got to put it at the forefront of preventative maintenance because having a clean running car is better than having a car that's running like shit. Like, the same car, right? Same GTR, same build, same this, that. The one that's running cleaner, on better fluids, on this and that, and is more up to date, will just generally perform better, right? That means faster, this, that, longer durability. It's just going to perform better than the one that's just like, maybe it's on old oil, maybe it's on bad brake fluid, etc., etc. I don't need to explain that. You guys know that. But how I have to now bridge the gap between that is, again, going back to the whole being a natural athlete, and I'm not like fucking, like fuck if natties, no, not natties and stuff like that. But that is my next edge. That is my next, like, how do I promote, how do I make that much more progress being a natural lifter? Because we are capped, and it's not, I'm nowhere near my cap, but like, how can I make it better? Right? Like when I'm working with clients and XYZ, it's like, the first thing we talk about is sleep, protein intake, this, that. Like, I don't talk about like, how was the gym workout? How much scoops of caffeine did you take? Et cetera, et cetera. Now I can just quite literally focus on the health aspect, for lack of better terms, and what better way to aid and supply now my clients or just people who want to support me with Revive the best of the best. I don't have to explain why they're the best of the best. I'm not a doctor. If you have any questions, email them. They will literally talk to you. I'm not going to pretend like I know what a lot of them are, just because, again, I'm younger. I don't need them right now, but what's my next edge? What's the next breaking point doing this naturally is going to be that. And again, even not being natural, you probably need it more than I do. But that's my next edge. That's what I'm going to push into this next series moving forward. So you guys got the update on the GTR. You got the update on, well, an update of what I'm allowed to tell you on Project X. And you got the update with now Revive, which I'm super excited about. So it is officially code Yanni at Revive, and obviously at Get Raw Nutrition. I just spoke to Dan and the team as well. We are now bumped up to the next tier, one more tier, and we actually get you guys to 15% off. So I need everybody to fucking spam that shit. And then we're focusing on like Black Friday stuff. We just had that small drop that I showed you over there, which was like super small. But yeah, everything's on the way up. Everything is changing super fucking fast. And this is honestly the most boring but the most important video if you're going to watch any of the videos before the next few that come out, because the next few that come out are going to be quite movie-ish, I want to say. They're going to have a little bit of a storyline behind them in terms of like creativity, because I need to push my creativity just a little bit more to keep it attentive and stuff like that, because I get these videos nobody wants to listen to and talk to. They're boring, they're annoying, I know. I even skip through them sometimes, but I do need to get this off my chest. I need to let you guys know what are the next steps moving forward. So GTR should be coming back soon. Talking with Tommy should be coming back soon. Project X is moving as fast as I can possibly move it. And Revive, and Raw Nutrition to the fucking moon. Still on the road to pro. Still in very much a preseason. Preseason means off season. Okay, I just didn't want to use the word off season. Okay. Preseason up until March. March, I get the date of when the show actually is. So up until then, we are cruising / pushing, because I like the way and where I'm at today in terms of strength, conditioning, and not pushing the threshold too much. So thank you to the max. 18-minute video. I'm excited. Any questions you guys have, coaching is officially opening. It has been open, but like now doing that much more and inducing into like the influencer lifestyle. Yeah, I want to start helping people do what I could never do in the time that I can never do it more efficiently and better than me. So my email for right now, it's going to be email as of right now. Website is coming soon. Email's in the description. Or just DM me. You can DM me. We'll talk out a plan. Very, very flexible pricing. I know a lot of the kids not that I'm not a kid. A lot of the people I'm dealing with, some of them are older. They got their shit together, which is awesome. Some of you guys are younger. You're in school. You don't really have a job, or like you're working on the weekends. Let's figure it out. I'm not letting monetary stuff get in the way. I'm getting taken care of on a lot of different levels, so I'm trying to give back to you guys as much as I can. So I'm trying to like just change a lot of things. I'm trying to build an army of just willing people. If money's the thing that's stopping you, I'm going to say and take it with a grain of salt, but just get out of your own way, because there's a lot of stuff that you could be doing. In a world where there's more opportunity than time, at least in my corner, more important than capital is strategy. And we'll leave that there. I'll let that one sit in your head a little bit. But code Yanni officially on anything Get Raw Nutrition and anything Revive products. And get excited for the new series, because we're coming back. We're hitting hard. And I'm super excited with everything that's going on. Everything's coming in waves. I'm trying to control the momentum. I have more traction than I do content right now, and I just gotta stop being a bitch and level it up. So any questions, DM me, comment, like, subscribe, and get ready for the new series.